7. Just got word that another one might be leaving. We also downgraded one of the engines to a BLS truck. I've looked at everything I can look at. I've talked to all of my staff. I've talked to the county manager, the assistant county manager, some of you. The only thing that I know to do is to change the funding. Last year, y'all asked us to be very conservative, and we were, and our guys got 10 cents an hour instead of $1 that the county got. Chief of the others papers for them. I put together some things. I talked to Brenda briefly this morning. I've only been working on it for 2 days, Brenda. I'm sorry I hadn't got there yet. But, we have come up with some ideas that we hope and think will get us there. If you look at the second page first, you'll see the comparison of the counties around us. The only way I know to fix this is to raise this money for these paramedics and firefighters. Everybody around us is going up $20, $22, $23, $25 an hour. I know we can't get to that, but we've got to do something to stop the losing of paramedics every day. We can't run an ALS ambulance without a paramedic. I can run a BLS truck without a paramedic. They can't provide drugs and services that we need to provide for the distance from the hospital. We had discussed the upcoming budget, trying to do a couple of dollars at least. We've done a lot of calculations in the last 3 days. What I would like to ask the board is to give permission to go ahead and give some raise now. If you look at the first page, you'll see what we currently have. You see both the firefighter paramedic and the straight paramedic listed. There is a difference in their pay. Most of your evaluation on the second page is just firefighter paramedics, which is the higher rate. What we would like to do is go ahead and give $1.50 to our paramedics, not all staff, just our paramedics at this time. That helps us to get a differentiation in salary between them and EMTs, and help to maybe give some encouragement for those EMTs to go to paramedic school. Because a lot of them are making $55,000 a year, even maybe 60 with their years of service. They're happy just being content being an EMT and driving a truck. When we start putting some difference in that pay, it makes them go a little bit. And with that also being said, we're not hiring any other EMTs without making a contract. They have to be a paramedic. We used to do that. We quit because it got difficult to keep anybody. But that is coming. I've looked at the budget. Our revenue right now on Miss Lisa's collections is a little bit down. I've been trying to be patient on giving y'all that because it looked terrible for a little while. It's always low during the November, December. It's coming back up. She's confident it's going to get up. I don't know that it'll get to where we pushed her to. Chief Ferguson and I have been putting a lot of pressure on her the last 3 years. But she got close last year. I don't think she'll be quite as close this year. But still, with that being said, looking at our expenditures in our budget, we have about $85,000 in EMS that we was going to use to re-chassis the squad truck. We have another $25,000 in fire that we are not going to have to buy anything with right now. Between those two amounts, that will cover the current staff that we have with the raises that we're proposing to you. We do have the 7, 8 positions that are vacant. As they come in, they will have to be paid. But also, while they are not here, we're retaining that money that we're not having to pay out. Since we closed that station, that slowed down some of the overtime. And it's my hopes that with this change, if the board were to approve it, that we could at least stop what we're losing right now. There's another one that said last week that he's leaving, but he has not officially brought his paperwork yet. I have another one of our chief officers that I was very worried I was going to lose. But I told him this morning I don't think that's the case. He needed a break. That's part of why we closed that station. These guys and gals were killing themselves trying to cover these stations because they knew the trucks needed to run, and they knew that I wanted them to run. And they were working shifts that they didn't need to be working. They have to have a day off every now and then. And that was part of my reason for making that decision. But that's what we're asking the board. If you would like to wait on that, or if you want to vote on it today, I would like to give $1.50 right now. And also, I would like to initiate a $2,000 signing bonus. We've never done that before, but for any new hire paramedics, strictly paramedics, again, we have a waiting list of EMTs. But for paramedics, $2,000 after they've been here 3 months. If they leave within a year of probation, then they have to pay it back. We'll do contracts with them to get that done. But
I'll make a motion to do what you said you wanted to do.
I got a motion from Jody. Second from David. Now let's discussion. We got a meeting this coming up Tuesday or Monday. Well, it's Tuesday, right, Brenda?
Yes, sir.
So, John, myself, which is this is my committee assignment. I don't want to make no changes until we sit down and look at our structure, look at something a little bit better than let's make sure we got all of our eggs in the right basket, so.
Well, I
think we need to
rescind my
wait.
motion until our further review.
Okay.
Well,
Motion rescinded, second rescinded. Darren, here's what we're gonna do Tuesday, we're gonna meet at 3 with, finance, Barbie, myself, and John. You're more than welcome to come if you like, I don't have an issue with that, but we, want to help any way humanly possible. Understand the crunch you're in. I talked to, Levy County Commissioners down there in Orlando this past week, they're evidently, they got more money than what we got. And, there is.
$10,000 per person.
Yes, yes, so, we gotta do what's right for our people, we gotta do what's right for our county as a business. So that's what I was gonna intend on telling you beforehand, so I'll tell you now.
but we also got to have
But
our
people in it,
paramedics too.
Yeah, but
In the
y'all gotta
ambulance.
remember, Rich asked him something, what he was just saying, that what he said, $5,000. And we're taking that money to put in, not a reoccurring cost, we're putting it into a reoccurring cost. And, you gotta be careful on doing that, or you'll go there and bankrupt yourself if you ain't careful with doing that. And then then your equipment's gonna be kinda like we've been in the county yard for years and years in solid waste.
We've been trying to reach it for 3 years.
So,
Got it out last year too.
so just because that money's sitting there to give raises, don't necessarily mean it's the best way to do it. Let's look at all avenues and take care of our people the best we can.
But we gotta take care of it.
Yes, most definitely, 300%. You have anything else?
Yes, sir,